Well, hello. It is Beauty and the Brave. It's been a while since I've sat down in front of the camera and tried to record anything. Today, what I'm planning is just to show you how I do what I call my uniform face. So this is basically my everyday makeup look, but it's not really like eyeshadow or really has nothing to do, it's really basically just the base. This is a face that you will put on no matter what's going on, no matter if it's day, night, you going to work, you going to the store, you going out for an event or however. This is the basics. This is something that you do no matter what look you are doing, no matter where you are going. And I like the uniform look because you can add to it, you can take away from it, you can embellish it however you so see fit. And that's what I love about it. And because it's a uniform type look, then even if you're in a pinch, even if you're in a rush, these basic fundamentals will allow you to put yourself together in such a way that no matter what is going on, chaotic or not, you will still look very well polished and very well put together. Some of you probably already do this and don't even realize like it's a uniform, just like how when you go to work or when you show up in your daily life, you have a uniform that you curate for yourself, whether you realize it or not. So this is the uniform that I've curated for my face. So that when I go about my daily business, I look like I care about myself. I do care about myself, but it shows. And so this is what I do. So just stick around with me while we go on and navigate the uniform for my face. Stick around. Hello again. Okay, so I have not filmed in a while, so I'm still trying to figure out, or I'm still trying to adjust to not staring at the viewfinder and actually staring at the lens in the little red light. But yeah, so as I mentioned in the intro, we are doing a uniform face, a face that you will put on no matter what the occasion, that you can add to it, you can take away, but these are going to be the basics, the foundation of any look that you go for when you sit down at your beauty table, counter, desk, vanity, or you're standing up at the bathroom sink, whatever you're doing. This is going to be the look that we do. So I already went ahead and did my brows. They aren't the best, but they're there. They're on and they are ready to go. They are ready to help us um, curate this look. So because we already did that, I want to do some color correcting because some people may have to do that. I have to do that sometimes. I don't all of the time, but every so often I will do some color correcting depending on what needs to be color corrected. I try to have all my little brushes and stuff easily accessible so I don't have to do too much digging around. So please forgive me if I'm out of focus or something is being knocked around. Um so this step is optional as I mentioned prior, but sometimes like if you get a breakout or something like that you just want to cover up, you want to take um some color corrector. Going for color corrector that best suits your skin tone. Mine is like a peachy orange, not really bright orange because it's just kind of hard for me to conceal that, but just something that's gonna cancel out the darkness. And I took just enough because I really don't like double dipping in my products, especially like a cream potted product, and just place it. So as you see, I have some discoloration right here. Mainly it's along my jawline because that's where I get majority of my breakouts, and I have a little discoloration under my eye. So I'm just gonna stamp that there, and then the rest of it I'm gonna distribute where it needs to be. I try to put a thin layer of this on because I don't want it to really peek through my foundation. I don't know if I mentioned I did mention I did my brows as you see, but I did skin prep. I did moisturizer and sunscreen, and I did um primer. I put the primer on later. It was the Rimmel London matte primer. So yeah, as you see, it's this lesson that is not quite hidden, and that's fine with me because we gonna put on some foundation in a moment anyway. So that's gonna be tucked away underneath that foundation. So I'm just using a little bit amount as I can, and this is the Pro Concealer number 71 from Sephora. It said it was some translucent setting powder, and this is the Airspun lucent powder that I use for everything I use this for. It's like my favorite powder, and it's so affordable, and it's been around since 1935. So now that we have that in place, um, I'm gonna go in with um, I'm gonna go with foundation. I'm using today. I shop my stash because I have quite a bit of makeup, and I want to use all of it as best I can. So I shop my stash and I picked two foundations. One being this Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear in the shade 465C. 465C. And this was the original. Um, I'm not sure how original it was, but it was before they just recently um, reformulated it. I don't know if it was if it because this foundation has been around for a long while, so I don't know if it was reformulated in the past, but it's been reformulated since I purchased this one, and y'all, it's gone. Like I don't know if y'all can see that little line right there. I didn't even realize like how empty it was, so I'm gonna have to take it off the take it off the bottle and just swipe it on the back of my hand. So I got a clean one, nice and clean. I'm gonna dip into this foundation. I'm just really gonna focus that product on the places that need it most. I've been working on my skin. I've really been trying to delve into my skincare and just my overall well-being and health. So, um, as a young adult, I did not take care of my skin. In my 20s, I did not take care of my skin. So now I am taking care of my skin, and I am doing damage control and loss prevention. So because of that, the spots that you just seen me cover up with that color corrector, I'm gonna go over top with this foundation. So I'm just gonna really try to saturate my brush as best I can, and just really, like I said, focus it where I need it most. And I like to do this stippling action because I find that not only applies the product, but it blends it out as you're applying it. So you don't have to do double the work, apply it and then blend it out. I mean, if that's what you like to do, then go for it. But me, as for me in my house, we're gonna we're gonna do it like this. See, it just really did take care of that discoloration, and it's still not perfect. And I, surprise, surprise, really like that. I like that it's not perfect because I don't know. I don't walk around with perfect skin on a regular basis, so I kind of like my imperfections to shine through so that when I don't have makeup on, it doesn't look so yarn. It doesn't look like, oh my god, what happened to you? And even with me taking care of my skin or trying to, things happen, such as monthly cycle, and I get hormonal breakouts. So by the time I've rectified whatever breakout that I had is coming back. My cycle comes back. So it's a constant battle, a constant give and take struggle. But it's a battle that I enjoy um doing. So this is what we're looking like. Um if you find that, because I didn't use a lot of foundation, I never do whatever you see me use on my hand is gonna be it. So if you are like me and you use minimal product, and you find that it's not blending the way you would like it to, take a setting spray. Or I found like this type I love. I don't like this to set my makeup. This is the UVS Play Setting Spray. I don't like this setting makeup, and I don't feel like it sets. I feel like it stays very, very luminous, and I don't quite like that because I'm like oily skin. But just take, I like it as a, like when how I'm using it now, just to help me blend things out, just to melt powders and stuff like that. It works really nicely for that. It even works nicely as a primer and within itself, if that makes sense. Like sometimes I do that. No, I'm looking at my camera because it's saying I had 2 minutes left on my SD card. Oh, whoa. So I think I should probably fix that, and I'll be back. All right, y'all, I'm back. I hope everything is okay. Everything's on. I had to make sure because I had to delete some older footage off my SD card so that I could be able to continue on. So I left off with me touching up this foundation and working this into my face. So it looks pretty good to me already. And because this is a uniform, like that's why I just go with a little foundation anyway. I mean, that's pretty much my everyday amount of foundation. But if you wanted to go for a more glam look, then you can go and put more product. Um, I'm gonna start with some structuring of the face, and I'm gonna go in with this Ami Colé Skin Enhancing Stick in the shade 140, and just start to, like I said, this stick is so nice. It looks wackadoodle, but we about to blend it out anyway. So that's probably why. And I go on with this Real Techniques brush. This is a really old brush. In the same way I was blending out my foundation, is the same way I'm blending out majority of the products on my face because it just works best for me. And take this brush. I'm so sad, y'all, that Amicole is going out of business. I'm so sad of all the brands, especially the black owned black woman brands that are going out of business. Like that's unfortunate. And Amicole was a good brand. I don't know, that was when I heard that news, I was like, oh my, dang, because I really like that brand. Like, I really really liked it. I still like it. Thank God, I still have some of the products in it. And I went ahead and bought some more products from her. That's why I got that stick on. Well, that's when purchased that stick. Cause I'm like, let me go into that site, and I'm glad I did because everything was darn near sold out. So speaking of, I picked up her concealer, Amicole Skin Enhancing Concealer in the shade Medium 1.5. So yeah, there's a lot of brands going out of business and selling their businesses, and I'm just like, it is cutthroat out here in the beauty community. especially if you are a person of color trying to create products, for everyone, but mainly people of color, because they don't be thinking about us until after the fact. And they're like, oh, okay, maybe we'll include everyone. But yeah, so I'm going with this powder to set my under eye today, only because I'm not going nowhere and nobody's going. So this is the Airspun. We sitting down. I might have to buy another one of this. I like to get my powders ready before I go in and blend, just so I can. As you see, I'm taking my foundation brush and just kind of going over the edges of that product I just put down. Okay, I have two powder puffs. Two. This one I use to blend out my cream products, and this one I use to set the products. So the one I use to set, I'm gonna get that one prepared for takeoff. So I just dip it into the powder. I even that powder out on the back of my hand, and then I'm gonna go in and blend with. Well, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna blend with this. I'm gonna start with my. And the way I blend might seem a little crazy to y'all, but this is how I do it. It's back to school time. So after I do this, I'll be on my way there. This brush is I got from Elf. I know ain't nobody dealing with Elf right now, which is crazy. I was like, overnight, bro. That's why you gotta pay attention. Elf was pretty much like staying off the grid as far as any drama and stuff in there. No. So another thing with makeup, well, with applying the base or any makeup for real, is that you really have to like um keep blending. Like blending is one of those things that you really don't feel is necessary, but it is. It makes all the difference in the world. I'm being a little more gentle now. I'm going like, cause I be patting the heck out my face, but I'm being a little more gentle now. And I'm like right up under the eye area and on top of it. And then whatever's left is, as you see, I'm just dragging up onto the eyelid just to cancel out that discoloration. Okay. Now I'm gonna take the powder and set that concealer. And you want to move quickly, at least for me, because I will get creasing and everything else under the eye, and I don't want that. So we're gonna do the same thing to the other eye. Blend it, smooth everything out, get it in order, get it in order, and then take that powder and set. I set everything at this point. Eyebrow, everything. Everything needs to be set. I'm going to see. I forgot I was on camera just that quick. I'm gonna go in. I'm not really gonna work this into the puff because I want to lay it down just how it is and set that nose. And then whatever's left on there, first blend out that forehead. We don't want to set any creases at all. That's the thing. And I have a very expressive forehead, so I want to make sure I, uh, you know, set my forehead. So when I do, and when I am making an expression, faces, and the lines aren't stuck, or the lines aren't not only stuck but worsening as the day goes on. So no. We're just gonna set that right now. get it looking like how we want it to look. I try not to mix these brushes up, I mean sponges up, because once you do, mm, I am going to set my entire face using the Sephora Micro Smooth in the color Deep 60. This is before they reformulated the product, so I'm just gonna go ahead. This is like my perfect. Now this one I made dust all over my face, like how you see me doing. I don't necessarily pat this into the skin. I mean, I could and I have, but because it's like one of those tight finishing powders, and I just dust it. However, whatever. So that's how we're looking using this. You don't need a lot of this, surprisingly. It's not like a lot. I'm going with this powder. This is the Anastasia powder. I'm just gonna dip into that. And this one I do pat because I want to be a little precise with it. Oh, I didn't tell y'all what shade it is. This is in shade Bronze Bay. It's the darkest shade. I think this would work because I'm from that, so I always get the darkest shade. But sometimes I don't have no choice but to get the darkest shade. Um, that's just what I do. I just slide right on over to the darker shade, and I read the undertones and see how that is. But sometimes, like the lighter shades would work, but they just don't have the right undertones. So I just stick it. I just stick with like the darkest, the darkest shade. Most times it works well for me. Okay, so this is the look. This is basically the look. Like seriously. Like what I'm about to do now is go back in with this powder, and I'm going to carve out the nose just a bit. So we already kind of laid that foundation when we did the cream stick. So I'm just gonna go in with the powder and go over top of that and turn inward, inward and upward when it comes to the nose. See, that looks good. And I'm gonna take my foundation brush and I'm gonna blend around the edges of that bronzer so that it doesn't see. Just blend that out. Okay. Alright, y'all. Here's when we can start to do the embellishments. You want to add a little blush. You want to add some highlighter. Like it's up to you at this point what you want to do, how you want to go from here. If you want to add, mascara, eyelashes, whatever, like, but this here is the uniform. This is the uniform that I was talking about. This is going to be um, what you do before you start to do anything else. So, am I going to do a blush today? Why not? I'm going with this. No, let's go with this. This one, they both mix. They both mix. This is an older product, and this is the buttermilk, the newer one. But I'm gonna go with this blush right here. This is in Double Dare. I always want to say outlandish for whatever reason, but it's Double Dare. And just kind of put that on like the high points of my cheek, going back, like kind of following the structure of the um, contour. Wow, look at that. Okay. And we're gonna go on this side, do the same thing. That looks pretty. I think this side has more pink in it because whatever's left on my brush. So yeah. And if you want to do a little bit of highlight, and I got this Glow Kit by Anastasia. It still bangs, so we're gonna use her. I got this highlight brush, and I'm gonna dip into Moonstone. This is this shade right here. I'm gonna dip into Moonstone. Oh, look at that. Oh, ain't nobody told this thing. Nobody told this thing to go off like that. That's crazy. It doesn't quite go with the brush, but it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look terrible. Like, dust some of that up on it. Okay, okay. Let me put a little bit of that on my nose. All right, y'all. So that's the face. I'm gonna take this and that looks good, and just kind of dust over it so it can diffuse a little bit. But I guess actually one with the skin. All right. Speaking of one with the skin, I go in with some setting spray. I use something the Morphe Continuous Prep Set Mist or whatever. So I'm gonna set this. I do this before I do my eyelashes, just in case it transfers onto my face. So this looks good. What y'all think? Tell me in the comments. Tell me. I'm just gonna let finish air drying. While that's air drying, I'm gonna go in and um do my lashes. Put on some mascara. So I'm going 4 minutes left. Oh my gosh, 4 minutes left. I'm gonna comb out my lashes, brush them out, and then go with some mascara. I'm gonna sure I got 4 minutes. I didn't delete enough footage. This is the Huda Beauty One Coat Wow Mascara. It's my first time trying it. I bought it a while ago. I'm just now opening it. And I don't know. I'm not in love. But it's not bad. I mean, it does the job. So. Because I haven't really been wearing lashes that much anyhow, but um, I'm not adding lashes. I'm just gonna do mascara. Okay. Um, the face should be dry or close to it. So now I'm gonna take my powder brush because sometimes setting sprays leave like a glow on my skin that I really don't want. So I'm just gonna pat over my face with this powder brush. It should still have some powder left on it, and just pat my skin. So that's that. I would put my mole. I have like a mole right here. You probably still see it. That I just enhance with some eyeliner, but I'm not gonna do that today. But this is the look. This is what I call the uniform look. It's just the base. You can add some blush as you see or not. But just basically structuring your face and just like a nice even base for you to build upon if you so choose. So thank you for sticking around and watching me complete this look. I hope that you all enjoyed the video. I hope you all gained something from the video. If you have any tips and tricks, leave them down below. Engage with me, subscribe, like the video, and I look forward to filming another one and engaging with you all in another time. I hope you all take care. God bless. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to others. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.